Alright, guys. This is the finals. Da da da! The finals. Da da da! Ray Karkman on your right. He has not lost a match today, and hey hey, neither has Nick Starr. There's Ray. Taking yet another mulligan. We have just seen him mulligan so much. So much. Nick Starr on your left looks like he's standing pat. Now, the players do know what each other are playing, but they have not gotten deck lists. So Nick does not know that Ray has 6 copies of Blood Moon in his deck, with Magus and the original. Ray has no idea. Can you hear me? Now, I do need to talk a little quieter. As players, I would hate to give something away about the contents of someone's hand or a line of play that should be or should not be taken. So I'm going to take extra precautions to not let that happen. I will be speaking in a stage whisper. Oh wow, I guess Nick was in the tank that whole time on whether to keep or not. He decides to keep. Now, looking forward, Nick has 1 plains and 2 islands in his deck, as well as a whole host of fetch lands. The full 8 fetch lands, 4 scalding, 4 flooded. So he will have basics if he wants them. And you have to figure he's not going to make the same mistake that Nick Lane made. 2 mana, Chalice on 1. Now, Nick has main deck spell snares. He has... That's it. That's all that can stop this Chalice here. What will he do? Maybe he'll fire off a bolt at Ray's face. That seems like a reasonable line of play. Nope, instead just fetches basic plains. Sets up for the long Blood Moon game. He knows. He heard about how Nick Lane lost. He's not going to let that happen to him. So basic plains. Scalding Tarn represents basic island. He should now be sitting on counter spells, Mana Leak, Remand, Logic Knot, Blood Moon. This has to be countered. Basic island. Love the way Nick's playing this so far. Slow and steady. He had the option to go fetch a Steam Vents with that first fetch land and Lightning Bolt. He chose not to. He could have countered this Blood Moon. He chose not to. He's playing the long game. And wow, Geist to St. Traft has Ray a little puzzled. All he has is a Rabble Master. Now, Rabble Master is good and all, but if it leaves the battlefield, you gotta think Nick Starr's favored. Huh. Nick says when Ray plays the Rabble Master, post-combat, I assume? Ray says no. Pre-combat. Oh, Lightning Helix hits Rabble Master. The way is clear for Geist of St. Traft. 6. Ray's at 14. Now, Ray is not dead to this. Ray has main deck Sweltering Suns. Ray has blockers. Ray has Ensnaring Bridge. It's not pretty, and he has none of these right now, but he has them in his deck. He will have to draw one of them in the next 2 draw phases. He has to. Just has to. Preferably in Snaring Bridge. That's not going to do it. Oh, it doesn't play the Blood Moon. Mana Leak, that should seal the deal. 6 more. Raise at 8. Rebel Master, that's a blocker. Have to figure it's going to get mana leaked. Nick tries to block with a tapped creature. That's not going to work, buddy. End of turn. Helix is the Rebel Master. So, Helix resolves. 23 to 8. Ray at 2. Says go. Snaring Bridge or bust here. Nah, it's not going to do it. Scoop. Well, that was quick. So, Nick Starr takes game 1. He played it slow. He resisted the urge to go get the Steam Vents and Lightning Bolt Ray. If he had done that, he wouldn't have had blue mana to cast his spells after Blood Moon. So pretty impressive that he did that. I know I would have been really tempted to get the Steam Vents and just Lightning Bolt. Like, oh man, Chalice. Oh man, Chalice. Okay, I got to get my 1-drop out of the way while I still can. That's what I would have thought. I probably would have Lightning Bolted Ray, and I probably would have lost because of it. So props to Nick Starr, playing it slow. It's really tough to play it slow in a format like Modern sometimes. Really tough. As a player's sideboard, let's take a look what they're going to do. Nick Starr usually has it pretty easy. The players that play against Ray's Pyro Prison deck have it pretty easy. Like, generally quite obvious what you want to sideboard against a Prison deck. I mean, you know you don't want Rest in Peace. You know you don't want Crumble of Dust. Is it Staticaster? Elspeth doesn't do much. Dispel, almost nothing. Stony Silence, nothing. But on the flip side, you know what's good, right? You know your Wear Tear is going to be good. You know your Disdainful Stroke is going to be good. Your Keranos. Nah, probably not your Blessed Alliance. But you know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be bad. You know your paths are bad. You know your Lightning Bolts are suspect because of Chalice. You might want to trim those. Your Spell Snare, good on the play, right? Because it can tag that Chalice. It can tag the Tormenting Voice. Bad on the draw. You cannot interact with that turn 1 Chalice. Ray, on the other hand, he has some options. He does have some non-combat ways to deal with Geist. He has Anger of the Gods. He has Phyrexian Revoker to block. That's not unreasonable. I probably would side that in just to block. And maybe to name something silly. Like a Black Lotus. He has Ratchet Bomb. That can sit on 0 and stop a Geist from hitting him. But other than that, not so much. Spellskite. I suppose Spellskite is good. But that's about it. Ray does not have much. At least not that I can see. I'm not an expert with this Pyro Prison deck, I'll tell you that much. I probably never will be. In fact, I don't think anyone ever will be except Ray. Good guy, Gil, comes to the rescue. Say, whose keys are these? Ray, taking his time sideboarding. As he does. As he do. When you have a sideboard full of one-ofs like he does, it's pretty hard. So Ray looks like he's waxing poetic right about now. Nick just wants to bash his face in. Figuratively, of course. With a Geist of St. Traft. The 3-minute sideboarding rule, not often enforced in untimed rounds. Or ever, in fact.
Ham-handed sideboarding ever, where the pros are like taking their sideboard deck, putting it in together, and then later figuring it out. Can't do that. I'll forget. Yeah, I'll forget what I was supposed to bring in.
You're playing sealed, and you're like, "Bro, look over there." You just switch your deck with the same sleeve seal deck. That's different. Switch your whole deck. Got it.
20 and 0.
These players playing for quite a lot. Not only is the difference between first and second quite a lot of money, hundreds of dollars. First gets $500. They're playing for the invite to the Titanium Finals, which is huge. Absolutely huge. Titanium Finals, if you don't know, if you just somehow stumbled upon this video, haven't been following the Titanium series, it's an invite-only tournament that is only going to have 24 people in it. Now this tournament, like I said, 24 people, everyone's going to get paid. From what I understand, every player is going to get paid. You guarantee yourself money just for showing up. Not to mention, first is going to be a lot of money. It's a $5,000 prize pool at this tournament. You have to figure first place is going to be like $1,000 or $2,000. And first place at a 24-person tournament, I've played FNMs bigger than 24 people. That's easy. So that is the real value of these tournaments. It really is. And yeah, the cash is great. Cash is always nice. Walking away with hundreds of dollars of Tom Shea's money never feels bad.
Down one.
Down one?
Whatever.
See you in a rally?
I hope not.
The invite to the Titanium Finals, though, that's where the money's at. That's what you want to do. Hell, makes me want to play in these. I would love to. I would love to qualify for that tournament. Come coverage time, I'm going to be upset that I'm not playing. I'm going to want to play so bad. It's going to be modern, of course, just like the whole tournament series.
There it is. It's over. After this game, there's only one more. Don't worry.
That's going to be a cool tournament. So here we go. Ray Karkman's Pyro Prison on the play against Nick Starr's Protect the Geist. And my god, look at my deck title. I haven't even changed it. Nick's not playing Abzan aggro. Look at me slacking. Neither one of these players lost a match yet. But someone has to. They can't draw.
Yeah, most people don't hold to that because usually if you look at your game and you see 7 lands, you're just like, and ship it back.
There's the shuffle. Nick Starr, 6 cards. Basic Island. He's got to be happy to see Basic Island. That is absolutely going to be a keep from Nick Starr. He has a Geist and a Basic Island. What more could a boy ask for? Flooded Strand makes his hand the nuts. Colonnade from Nick is met with a turn to Magus of the Moon from Ray. Basic Island, though, from Nick gives him some life. The Geist will not easily be cast. Oh, there's the bolt. There's the bolt. Bolt on Magus. Lets you know why only 2 Magus of the Moon and 4 Blood Moon. If that had just been a Blood Moon, Nick would almost be locked out. Another Basic Island. And there's the Geist. Big Daddy Geist. So Ray's hand, I see an interesting Amonkhet edition. Hazaret the Fervent.
Yeah. Generate, die. Yeah. Generate, die, move on to life. Yeah.
Rabble Master resolved for Ray. That threatens to block. Lightning Helix won't kill that because of Spellskite. Path to Exile would, but Lightning Helix won't. Now, how does Nick want to play it? Does he have a replacement Geist? Does he have a Restoration Angel? Ah, Path works. Path on Spellskite.
Okay.
Nick Starr, the second time in this top 8, has to Ghost Quarter his own land just to get a basic mountain into play. Ray would have done that for free, Nick. Ray would have cost himself a card to turn your Colonnade into a mountain. Modern is a crazy world, isn't it? So Snapcaster Bolt takes care of the Rabble Master, clears the way for this here Geist to get in for 6. That's going to drop Ray down to 14. And that's a start. That right there, boys, is a start. Now, Sweltering Suns would be a pretty big game here. Ensnaring Bridge, not a big game, because Ray will not be able to pitch his hand. Hazaret and Chandra. 4 mana. Chandra. Oh wow, look at this. Chandra adds 2 red, plays Ensnaring Bridge. Chandra's not often used ability. Wow. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good right there. Draw Step Vendilion Click sees Sweltering Suns and Hazaret. Sweltering Suns is taken. Leaving Ray with Hazaret. Now how the tables turn. Chandra's excellent little +2 ability, or +1 ability to add 2 red mana, looking pretty sweet. I did not think that Ray was going to be able to deploy both of his threats in that turn. Serum Visions. Let's Nick Scry 2. Does see his Wear and Tear. The 1-of Wear and Tear on the sideboard might be crucial here. One of his only ways to kill an artifact. He goes top, and that's gotta worry you if you're Ray Karkman. That's gotta worry you. Ray desperately needs another Sweltering Suns. Let's see if we can find it. Anger the Gods, good too. Nope. Chalice is pretty good. But can Ray come up with the right number to put it on? What will he put this Chalice on? If he puts it on 2, he prevents Wear Tear, the relevant side of Wear, but he puts it on 1 because he has another 3 mana card to play. And I mean, really, how can you play around the 1-of Wear and Tear? How can you play around that? If you're Ray Karkman, I don't know that you can. Oh, wow. Bridge number 2. Now Nick needs Wear, Snapcaster, Tear. Lightning Helix stalls the inevitable. Brings Chandra down to 4, but she ticks right back up to 5. Desperate Ritual does nothing, just clocks for 2. Blood Moon. The moon is out. Nick needs a Snapcaster. He needs to go. End of turn. Tear your bridge. Untap, upkeep, draw, Snapcaster, tear your bridge. That is the line for Nick Starr. That is what he needs to do. Ray chooses not to play the Rabblemaster because he doesn't have enough mana to cast both Rabblemaster and Pia. Remand. Does he have the Snapcaster? Does Nick Starr have Snapcaster? For Tear, into Snap, Tear. I see he has a Mana Leak, I see he has a Tear. It must not be a Snapcaster. Chandra up to 6. Sees a Blood Moon. Dome's Nick. Nick at 15. Wow. Did Nick just not mana leak that? If that is a mana leak in his hand, I am very confused right now. Ultimate. Chandra Ultimates. Spirit Guide. 5s. Here we go. Does Nick have any play left? I don't think so. Desperate Ritual, Chandra. Okay, there's the scoop. So, it comes down to this. It does come down to a game 3. As we kind of knew it would. Finals of a tournament always comes down to a game 3. Everyone's tired. Everyone wants to go home. The player that's 1-0 just wants to win. Get it over with. The player that's 0-1 has not come this far just to lose 0-2. He's trying his heart out. Always goes to a game 3. Always, always, always. Ray, battling back. Battling back. Starts 0-1. From 0-1, facing down a Geist. Doesn't matter. Ensnaring Bridge. Now, it's important that Nick did not show Ray the tear. It's Ray almost lost that game, but he doesn't even know it. Ray thinks it wasn't close at all. But you and I know that Nick was a Snapcaster Mage away from destroying the bridge, drawing a card, Snapcaster destroying the bridge, attacking for a ton of damage. Also, Ray only had one bridge until he drew the second one, and then Nick drew tear. It was a close thing. It's a close thing, but we get to go to a game 3 now. Nick Starr going to be on the play. That does seem pretty important.
Going for the playmat. It's all about that playmat. No, man, you're gonna use it every day.
Now the players also, small thing, but worth mentioning, players are playing for a playmat. There's a playmat that basically looks like the ones they're playing on now, but it says in big letters beneath it, Champion. And these playmats you can only get by winning one of these tournaments. Which is pretty cool, which means that no more than 12 of these will be given out per year. Maybe more if you count the Titanium Plus weekends, but that's 4 more. So at the most, 16 of these will be given out. And we're talking prestigious and rare.
That's okay. That's okay. You were just looking at me. He was just looking at me and I was just like, yeah, you cut my neck. You didn't just draw. You handed it back to me.
Players getting silly. It's late. We all know how it feels. The end of a long day of Magic. Even if you're not playing for anything, you get silly.
Like, how bad could it have been? I don't really do. I probably help them all about 80% of the time. Basically.
Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're looking at the playlist, you let the autoplay carry you through, which we do appreciate. You might think that this is the last video, and you might want to close your browser. But don't do it, because we're going to have an interview with the winning player. Short interview, don't worry, just a short one. And we're going to have the deck techs that I've done today. Ben Riley, Gordon Callahan, Nick Starr, who's in the finals here. We're going to deck tech with all of them. You're going to see that. So check it out. They explain why they play their deck, their matchups. I always ask, what's your best matchup? What's your worst matchup? And I ask them to predict how they're going to do, which is pretty comical. Because they either say they're going to do terribly or they're going to win the tournament. And it's fun either way. It's fun if they're right. It's fun if they're wrong. So check it out.
Nothing? What I'd like to hear from you. Nothing. Yep. Go.
Couple, it's starting slow. Starting slow. Couple lands into a couple lands. Gemstone Caverns. Powers out. Spellskite. Let's see what Nick can do about it. Let's see if Nick chooses to do anything about it.
Oh, you
I'm
care.
sure he can.
You don't even know how much you care.
Now, if it's a remand, you gotta figure Nick's gonna play that. Remand is almost always slammed on the first spell that costs more than 1 mana.
It's not 17, it's just 19. I give way too much of a crap about my land base to play you. Yep, gotta think twice.
Basic Island. Nick didn't want to get it. He says, I really need this, the Hallowed Fountain, but he doesn't want to just lose straight up to Blood Moon. I don't blame him. There's no guarantee of drawing a fetch land off these 2 draws. Yeah, he draws Colonnade. That's not a fetch land. There's the Colonnade. And Nick will just sit... No, he won't sit on his counter magic. Nick, buddy. Colonnade before Serum Visions. Loose. Loose, 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 loose. What if you drew a Flooded Strand? But, like I said, end of a long day. Can't fault either of these players for any play they make. Neither you or I can fault them. Because, look, they're here and we're not. They're feeling the pressure and we're not. They can't see the opponent's hands, and we can. So, all the armchair criticizers, the peanut gallery, just don't do it. Just do yourself a favor. Don't do it. What, you're going to type in Twitch chat next time? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because it's really hard. Magic's really a really hard game. Ray Karkman has a 5-digit DCI number. he's been playing for longer than most of us, almost all of us. And he came up to me today, and he said, "Boy, I hope I'm on camera again, because my first feature match I messed up a few times." So he knew. He's been playing for 20-something years. He knew. So it's hard. Chandra comes down, adds 2 red mana. Spirit Guide adds another red mana. Maybe adds another mana. It does enter exile. Rabble Master. So boy, Nick Starr under a lot of pressure. Ray went from having 0 mana worth of permanents to 7 mana worth of permanents off 3 lands. Kind of crazy. Token gets in for 1. Spiral of Canal into play. Could it be a Geist of Saint draft? He has to deal with this Chandra. There are no Pithing Needles here. No Detention Spheres. None to be found in Nick Starr's deck. So Ray, I think Ray shortcutted a little bit there. I'm not sure that Nick is going to let him move into the combat phase. The path to exile in Nick's hand. Oh, okay. So we're going to Snapcaster. Ah, nice play by Nick. He trades Snapcaster, Ambush Viper, trades for Rabble Master. Rabble Master gets out of control real quick. Chandra pluses up to 6.
Am I able to cast this with a Desperate Ritual?
I don't think it's
Really? Yeah, I mean, that's my tool. Yeah.
Ray has a question for the judge. He's saying, okay, in between choosing whether to cast this Pia, can I cast Desperate Ritual? And the answer is no. Because Chandra, you must cast it immediately. So Spellskite gonna come down. And Nick has his answer card, has the Wear Tear, but doesn't have the pressure. This is the problem here. He has his answer card, but it's not good enough because that's not what Ray has. Geist. Geist comes down. Let's see what Ray can rip. Mountain is drawn. Mountain is played. Chandra can tick up to 7 here, threatening the ult. But you gotta figure Geist will take a bite out of crime there. Just a mountain. Key. That's a key. Key for Nick Starr. He needed that to be just a land, or a ritual, or a spirit guide. And not something like an Anger of the Gods. Goblin tokens attack. And here's the anger. This will exile the Geist, I believe. Threatening the ultimate from Chandra. In response, Nick will fetch his basic planes and path to exile Spellskite, opening up Lightning Helix for Chandra. The reason Nick's doing this, basically stone raining himself, is because he is so tight on mana. He has to path the Spellskite so he can not get Chandra ultimated. This is tense. This is such a close game here. Can Nick get out from under the yoke of Chandra? If he can, all Ray has is a Desperate Ritual. Now, Nick has no haste creatures. That would, of course, be the best possible. Lightning Helix is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Nick would love to draw land. Can't do it. Remand, terrible draw. Terrible draw, remand. He'd much rather have had a land. Mountain drawn. Step 1 for Nick. Mountain drawn. Step 2 for Nick is Mountain or Ritual or Spirit Guide. Blood Moon. That's not the worst, actually. Mountain go. Chandra up to 5. Nick needs to find something good here. He needs to find a threat. A resto would be sweet, but he doesn't have it. Chandra ups. Up, 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 up. Stone Caverns. Nick getting very lucky with the Chandra reveals. But doesn't matter. End of turn, Blood Moon down. Vendilion Click, look at this. It's a threat. It's a bona fide threat. Nick does not take any card. He says, okay, I can beat those cards. And I think so too. I think he can. 3. Not sure if it's at 3 or 2 right now. The remand in Nick's hand will protect. Chandra is at 4. Chalice of the Void revealed with Chandra. What does Ray want to put it on? 1 protects against bolts and paths. 2 protects against snapcasters and helixes. 3 protects against geists and cliques and electrolyzes. It's a guessing game at this point. Ray Karkman, I don't know what the answer is. Remand does tag something. Does hit the Blood Moon. Ooh, there's the resto. That's a sweet draw. Can Nick get out from under the yoke of this Chandra?
Keep whacking her. That's all I got, man.
And I don't know how I'm not getting a card advantage.
It's at 1 counter. It's almost done. He's going to have 1 more turn of Chandra activation. He's going to have 1 more Chandra +1. It needs to be something sweet. It has to be. Spirit Guide draw, not what Ray wants. I can hear him from behind the wall.
What is this nonsense? I haven't seen this in forever. That's pretty good, though.
Witchbane Orb revealed.
I don't know. That's up to you, man.
Witchbane Orb revealed. Does Ray Karkman want to cast this Witchbane Orb? I guess he does. Resto. Resto targeting click. So this is in response to Witchbane Orb. Nick Starr does this so that he gets a free look at Ray's hand. Make sure there's no Anger the Gods, Sweltering Sun. Make sure there's no bomb sorcery that's hiding in there. And he's definitely not going to take anything here. He doesn't care about Blood Moon. He doesn't care about Spirit Guide, Gemstone, Desperate Ritual. None of these cards matter. Very few cards matter at this point.
There you go. Yeah. Blood Moon me, Blood Moon you had.
Yeah, it's just as bad.
Mountain. Already played Monkey.
Ray deploys a Spirit Guide. That's all he can do. Chandra will finally die. So many turns of active Chandra. But she's finally going to die. Nick Starr draws Lightning Helix. Excellent draw. Now he's deciding, do I have to protect my own life total? Can I afford to trade 3 for 2? And I think he can. I think this is the right call by Nick Starr. Chandra, finally down. Ray Karkman, 17.
And then you're up.
Ray Karkman, bad run of cards at the end of this tournament. Hasn't lost a match all day, but now all he can draw are Blood Moons and Spirit Guides. Very unfortunate. And Ray Karkman being at 17, this is a 3-turn clock. This is 3 red zones away. 1. 2 more. 11 life has Ray Karkman. Geist of St. Traft. Deployed by Nick Starr. He needs something right now.
That's straight up lethal. 'Cause I get the 4/4.
This has to be something great.
Oh well. On the next swing back.
No, because that's 3/3 and that, but I can still block.
You can still block this. So you go to 1, but you have to block.
This has to be a Sweltering Sun. This has to be something great. It must be.
Chimp is blocking.
Is that an Ensnaring Bridge?
Surprise. Of all the cards that didn't get tossed, I'm surprised that one.
Is that an Ensnaring Bridge?
It's already been a little
Holy moly.
nuts. Yeah, that'll do it. Looks good.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, it's a game again. So now, Ray Karkman at 11. We're waiting for Snapcaster Mage. Oh my god, no way. Did Ray Karkman just go Ensnaring Bridge into Chandra? That is unbelievable. Ray says, okay, go to 8. Helix, Chandra.
Oh, it is a redirect. Shit.
Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Witch Manor prevents it. This is right. Witch Manor prevents it.
Monkey meat everywhere.
Lightning Bolt, a blank.
Nope.
Nick desperately needs a Snapcaster Mage. 11 to 11. Chandra pluses 1. Can't cast Mutavault. Mountain, go.
Okay. What's that? Drop. Nope.
Chandra plus 1 up to 7. Tormenting Voice. Wow. What a tense game 3.
You got it.
Tormenting Voice pitches Desperate Ritual. See what Ray gets. See what Ray gets. Sweltering Suns. Ouch.
Okay. Got it in.
Nick Starr desperately needs the Snapcaster. It's a land.
Go.
It's not a Snapcaster.
Are you serious, Zach? There's one card that I need that could win this game a long time ago. You got it.
Chandra ults.
You got him?
Wow. Ray Karkman wins the game, wins the match, wins the tournament.
And they're all on the bottom 6.
Lets out a primeval roar. Wow. Congratulations, Ray Karkman. Some miraculous matches in this top 8. That was fun to watch. Wow.
So I could just blow this up, and then I'd had you to go let the challenge this.
Oh, yeah, all that.
Wow. What a match. Congratulations, Ray Karkman. Congratulations, Nick Starr. Came so close. So close. So close. In the end, if the top of their deck is Bridge into Chandra, the top of their deck is Bridge into Chandra. And if the top 25 cards of your deck contain 0 Snapcaster Mage, they contain 0 Snapcaster Mage. Just how it works. Well played, though, by both players. Well played.
It wasn't coming. It didn't matter. Like, I have the out to it.
Players talking about it.
Oh, I know.
Nick saying, I had the outs. I had the outs.
And just ripping the.
Yeah, the bridge. Yeah, well, that's the whole deck.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The bridge didn't exist. I couldn't even begin to play.
Congratulations to both players.
Oh, I know.
Till next time, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Really do.
On the bottom of the deck, really close.
This video, this YouTube playlist has more videos in it. We have the interview, and we have the deck text. I just want to thank you for coming this far, because we're not doing this so no one watches it. We're doing this so people watch it. So if you know these people on Facebook, tag them. Show them this video.
Yeah, it's like when you play poker against.
Tag their wife, tag their girlfriend. Embarrass them a little bit. Do it.
Good fun.
Let us know what we did well. Let us know what we did poorly. Let me know how I could do better, please. Because if you don't do it, I won't know. And I'll keep making the same mistakes. So please, please let me know. Check out our Facebook page, our Twitter, TJ Collectibles, TJ Titanium Series, MTG Titanium. You can find us under all these things. Come to one of our tournaments.
Good games. I'll continue to run this.
And good games to all.
So, damn it.
Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for a short interview with Ray.